Good morning, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. It's day two of Meltdown FC, but I've been told that I need to come across as a level-headed kind of guy. And so on that note, we start off the video this morning listening to a Celtic fan after the meltdown of yesterday. There will be some of the Meltdown FC supporters on this video, so do not worry, but I'm sure David listens to the One Celtic Fans View.
Yeah, I'd sign him.
No brainer.
No brainer. Of course, I said when he came, young boy, Irish boy, done a couple of things, but he scored, 10 goals? He's been
9.
Yeah, and so did you think that before the final, or does the final sort of put the cherry on top?
When he came, a few of my friends had said, he'll not do it for Celtic, and I'm saying, I reckon he'll score 10 to a dozen goals for us.
David listens to the One Celtic Fan View, doesn't he?
Between now and the end of the season, which is, he scored 10 goals. He won us a cup final, scored important goals in the last minute of the games, Hibs, Motherwell. Yeah, £5 million in this days for a striker. I'd sign him.
I think it was 9. I could be wrong, but I don't want to split hairs too much. It's round about that figure.
It's 9 goals.
Gordon.
Yeah, it is 9 goals. It is 9 goals. I did say that he would score 10 goals, and you can look back at the videos. Everyone on the channel knows that I said that he would score 10 goals. But he only scored the 9. But anyway, it is what it is, isn't it?
You didn't get the chance, I don't think, to answer in amongst spilling the coffee.
I was on the fence about a month or so ago, Gordon. I had to wait to the end of the season. Would I sign him now? I think I would. Not just for a cup final goal. I think that when Celtic needed something different, going down to Rugby Park, I thought he was different class. You know,
Who was that? Anyway.
Celtic's transfer business in January was slaughtered. And you know what? I wasn't really head over heels about either coming in either.
Yep,
because you're thinking he can't get a game for Norwich. How's he going to fit here?
But everyone was wanting Van Hooijdonk to come to Celtic, who was put out on loan for his club, who scored absolutely nothing down at Norwich. And I think that's what people need to remember also, is the fact that, he's came in, he was doing the business down in Norwich with the game time that he was given. And then that was why I thought, anyway, let's see if we can find some Meltdown FC fans. And first up for Meltdown FC is Thomas. Good Catholic name, Thomas. What a good Catholic name, Thomas.
On the line, Thomas, if those reports are to be true, and it looks like they are, you in favour of Leon Balogun staying a bit longer?
Good evening, Gordon. Yes, I am, and I'll tell you why. The worst aspect of Rangers' team this season, and actually for
just this season's
going by as well, is the defence. The defence is absolutely shocking. And if it hadn't been for Jack Butland in goal, albeit he made that faux pas at the weekend, but if it hadn't been for him in goal, I don't know if we'd have finished third or not, because the defence was lamentable and he bailed us out many times. We need to completely rebuild the defence.
You're not going to finish third because they get far too many penalty Rangers.
And said that, Leon Balogun is the best centre-half at the club, and I include Goldson, Suter, Davis in that.
Goldson. I think you should keep them all. I really do. As a concerned member of the public, I think that you should keep them all because they all do Celtic such wonderful, wonderful things.
In a way, the most intelligent defender that we've got. And whilst I wouldn't build a team around him...
You wouldn't? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You just said you would keep him, and then you've just said you wouldn't build a team around him. What, are you going to play him on his own?
I would keep him in the dressing room as a squad.
I'd keep him in the dressing room. Oh, you crack me up.
Player, able backup. Davy Weir played to his 41. He looks a fit man and looks after himself. But Rangers' rebuild needs to start from number 2 right through that defence. We need a new right back. If Yilmaz is staying, that's fair enough, but we need a left back if he's for the off. We need 2 centre-halves, 2...
Wait a minute here. Whoa, Meltdown FC. You just said you wanted to keep the man. And then you said you wanted to keep him on the bench. And you didn't want to build a team around them. What is going on with these people? I have no idea.
First team centre-halves. And when I say we need a right back, Taff's numbers are great, but I would take Taff away from the responsibility of being a right back. You can't have a player who freezes every time he faces one player, and you see the terror in his eyes every time he faces Maida. We've got a capable athlete in Sterling whose natural position is right back. Put the boy at right back. If Taff is staying, move him forward. We're short of wingers, get Taff playing further down the field. Then he doesn't have the responsibility of having to trail back, and he doesn't have the fear of facing Maida.
Just hand Celtic the treble just now for next season, mate. You'd be, you'd be as well, because let's face it, there's only one manager that's been able to come into Scottish football in recent history and take a team of pretty much nobodies and go on and champion the league, and that's been the one and only Ange Postecoglou. And let's face it, the Rangers manager couldn't lace Postecoglou's boots now, could he?
Maida, but we need a total rebuilding, like Souness and Smith. They all, and going back even further, they always started from the defence.
Going back, whoa, go back even further than Souness. Going back even further than Souness, Rangers were getting around about between 6,000 and 10,000 fans at a game in the 1980s. Something that maybe you've forgotten about. Ah, that's right, because that old club died, didn't it? Or was it the company? I can't remember. Well, we do. We know the club died.
Defence, and that's where we need a complete refitted defence.
Kenny Miller will be listening, and the suggestion of moving Tavernier up the pitch causes him to shake and rock back and forwards uncontrollably. So I don't want to do that, Tim. We'll debate that.
Kenny Miller meltdown. He's not even on it, and he's rocking back and forward in his chair.
Maybe another time. We're a couple of minutes away from the news, and I really liked the case that Thomas put for Leon Balogun. Not by any means wanting to build a team around him, but you can't change absolutely everybody, and you might as well keep a guy that's experienced, reliable, etc. Is that?
Whoa! That is just absolutely bonkers. That is absolutely bonkers. Why would you want to keep a player and not play him? It's bizarre. Now, next up is the one and only Lee, and I wonder if he's got any more sense, or if he wants to keep a player on the bench also. Why would you purposely want to take? It's just bizarre. I don't know why you would want to keep a player but keep him on the bench. You'd be better bringing. Don't anyway, Barry, forget it.
I was a bit gutted when he went the first time round. He's a good player, he's experienced, so even if we get a new couple of signings in, can maybe show them the ropes, and I'm glad we've got him for another year anyway.
Is it also built around the? I mean, Mr. Shade says is extending Balogun's contract the right move for Clermont's rebuild to challenge Celtic?
Well, if you look at the amount of injuries we've had this season, if that happens again next season, we've got to need somebody with that experience to.
I like it how they always remind themselves of their injuries all season. But Celtic never had an injury crisis. They know the papers and the media weren't full of injury crisis Celtic. Yeah, that was all forgotten about because we've won the league and the cup double.
Yeah,
to fill in spaces. So,
because that's the thing, Mark. Mr. Shades, he's clever. He knows what he's doing there. If that's the way you're going to frame the question. Is Leon Balogun the man to bridge the gap between Rangers and Celtic? Well, no. But that's probably not the question either, is it?
Yeah.
You can't clear everybody out. You just simply can't. You need players that you can rely on, even if they're not first choice all the time. So
it's brilliant.
Is it more about that rather than?
Of course. And
anyway, enough of this nonsense for them. So another breaking news this morning, obviously the Celtic have released the new kit for next season already. Celtic fans have just parted ways with over £600 per person for an adult, if you're of working age, and for your season ticket, they've just released, it's unbelievable, Celtic. It's just milking the fans once again with another new. What happened to the good old days, remember? And I've got to say, it does look a pretty decent top. It was kind of sneaked out about 14 hours ago last night. It was sneaked out last night, and 8 a.m. tomorrow they said that the new kit will be released, and it has been, and it is a decent top. I will be buying that one. Yep, I will be buying that one. I'll be getting that as soon as. I just hope that they don't milk the fans this season again with another away top. I mean, I think there was in total 4 tops released last season, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but Celtic is what it is, and I've got to say, I do like this top. It's got the little Celtic cross bit going around the collar, and yeah, it's back to the good old green and white hoops. It's nice. That's nice. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. Anyway, let's get some Chris Sutton news. Chris Sutton thinks that Adam Ida will cost Celtic more than what people are thinking. He's obviously returned to the Championship club Norwich, but however, 5 million that Norwich originally wanted, according to Chris Sutton, Celtic may have to be double the original fee. I don't think so. Sutton speaking last night said it's going to be a difficult one. Celtic fans they know the frustration of the financial restraints on the club. I don't know where they get the financial restraints of, Chris, because we've got fucking loads of money in the bank. Anyway, Chris Sutton reckons it's going to cost a bit more money than what everyone else thinks. Derby County and Portsmouth waited to over transfer decision. Ali McCoist attempts to unsettle Brendan Rodgers yesterday, saying that he thinks Brendan Rodgers, that's a poor attempt by Coisty, isn't it? It is a poor attempt by Cosy, but it's like, we need to get him out. Let's see if we can get him a job in England again. I think he'll leave at the first fucking step and that, no. Next step is mapped out by Callum McGregor. Looks to bring in the style with substance. This is another headline. Joe Hart dies in media rack to immense player, says goodbye to Celtic. And Paulo Bernardo earns Celtic seal of approval from Celtic players. There's not much more news kicking about. Obviously, Lager Belke. It was going to be interesting to see what happens with him. There's going to be a few players that will leave, but the manager will be on his olliebops. His manager will be on his holidays along with all the players. A lot of the players that jetted off already. Dyson and everybody heading back to Japan, and big Benji Siegrist heading back to Australia to see his yeah, I'm not going to go about Benji Siegrist. But there's one player that didn't get to say goodbye at the end of his contract. What is it at the end of his contract? Is he still with Celtic? And that is James McCarthy. James McCarthy sneaked out. That's a completely bizarre one. If anybody knows anybody that's related to James McCarthy, can we find out what's happening? Because it's like a swear word. James McCarthy is like a swear word, and even Odin Ohm is another player that cost a fantastic amount of money. But he never featured. So it's going to be an interesting summer with Celtic. There will be some more Celtic news coming up tomorrow. I'll see if we can do something else this afternoon. A little update on her half. She is still in ICU. This is day 6 in ICU. Obviously, the first operation was fine. There has been some other underlying issues that we didn't know about with relation to the heart. So we're just taking it one day at a time and just taking it small steps, as they say. So on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. And thank you for your continued support.